Once upon a time, there was a man named John who had a passion for traveling. He had traveled to many countries around the world, but there was one place he had always dreamed of visiting, a remote island in the South Pacific that he had heard about from a friend. John spent months planning his trip, researching everything he could about the island, including the customs and traditions of its people. He finally booked his trip and set off on a long journey that involved several flights and a boat ride. When John arrived on the island, he was greeted by the locals who were friendly and welcoming. They showed him around and introduced him to their way of life. John was fascinated by their culture and spent the next few weeks learning as much as he could about them. One day, while exploring the island, John came across a group of children playing on the beach. He watched them for a while, then decided to join in. They played together for hours, laughing and having fun. As the sun began to set, the children started to head back to their village. John followed them and was surprised to find that they lived in poverty, with little access to basic necessities like clean water and proper sanitation. He was deeply moved by their situation and decided to do something to help. Over the next few months, John worked with the locals to build a well and a sanitation system for the village. He also helped them set up a small business selling handcrafted goods to tourists. The village prospered, and the children he had played with on the beach were now able to attend school and receive an education. John returned to the island several times over the years and watched as the village continued to grow and thrive. He became good friends with the locals and was always greeted with warmth and gratitude. The experience changed John's life. He realized that he could make a difference in the world, even in small ways, and he dedicated his life to helping others in need. And the children he played with on the beach that day, they grew up to become leaders in their community, helping to make a better life for themselves and their families.